Hi everybody, and welcome to another video. And today we are back and we have Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris. And before we get into this, I think I might look at some political positions before I actually start the whole prediction. I think that's gonna work out. It's gonna be a good part of the prediction just to help a lot. So, on crime, she wants tougher legislation and action to prevent gun violence. So she supports universal background checks, and she wants a ban on assault weapons, and she supports the use of recreational marijuana, cannabis, and she said it gives a lot of people joy. She called for more research into marijuana potentially harmful effects on the brain, and for regulation that would restrict driving while under the influence of a drug. So, I remember this part. She said that since she is Jamaican, she loves pots and all that. So that was a generalization. And her dad even came out against her for that. And then in her economics, she has a tax plan that would lower taxes on the middle class while raising them on the 1%. So she didn't really like the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017. And she said that she'd fund this bill by repealing parts of the TCJA. So, she supports a minimum wage of $15. And in the environment, she created the Environmental Justice Unit in San Francisco and prosecuted several industries for pollution, most notably U-Haul, Alameda Publishing Corporation, and the Costco Boosin oil spill. She also advocated for strong enforcement of environmental protection laws. So, she's a naturalist, I guess you could say. And in September 2018, Harris was one of the 8 senators to sponsor the Climate Risk Disclosure Act, a bill described by composer Elizabeth Warren using a market forces to speed up the transition from fossil fuels to clear energy, reducing the odds of an environmental financial disaster without spending a dime of the taxpayers' money. So she supports the Green New Deal. And on healthcare, she supports a universal basic healthcare system based on the existing Medicare program, which would cover everyone eventually. And she wants a total end to the private health insurance. But she reversed her position on this with an advisor stating she is more open to moderate health reform plans, which would preserve the industry. And on immigration, she is opposed to constructing a wall. And she will protect the DACA recipients from deportation. So basically, you're run-of-the-mill progressive, crime, supporting marijuana, ban on assault weapons, 15 hours, higher taxes on the rich, naturalist, healthcare for all, no wall, protection for DACA. It's basically the run-of-the-mill progressive, which Harris is. So I will pause the video just to fill up some of the states that aren't that you don't really need to look at, because it is better to fill out the swing states. So Okay, so now that I filled in some of the states, I could fill in the toss-ups right now. And as we saw, she is for $15 an hour. And I can think this kind of shows that she's like the workers' rights kind of candidates. So I'm going to be giving Minnesota to Harris. And she is for the legalization of cannabis. I think that will give her Colorado. And her anti-wall and pro-immigrant, illegal immigrant stance will probably give her Nevada. So, yeah. There will also be some stuff that will hurt her. A lot of her progressive views will just hurt her a lot. So, Trump will take states like Texas. And I do see Trump taking Nebraska's 2nd congressional district. Harris isn't the kind of person to appeal to the Midwest. And in Georgia, that's close. I'm not going to touch that yet. I do see Trump taking Maine's 2nd congressional district, and Harris narrowly taking Maine at large. And Virginia, I'm going to be giving Harris Virginia in a likely margin. I see Harris taking Virginia. It is it has a lot of minorities right now. And more minorities are coming into Virginia. It's going to start getting safer and safer for the Democrats. Virginia. And I see that trend keep going on in the 2020 election. So, Iowa, this is a place with not a lot of minorities. And it's more of the rural kind of sector. So I could see Trump keep Iowa. And at the same time, I see Harris taking Arizona. Arizona is going to flip in 2020, sorry. I see Arizona flipping. I've just recently made those calls a lot. But just looking at how much Trump's immigration is hated and how much progressives are going to the far left and so many people are going to Arizona, just gonna go. I don't see anything. I don't see it going the other way. And Harris, well, Trump, I do see Trump taking Wisconsin from Harris, and Pennsylvania, and Ohio, Georgia, and North Carolina. Because, well, first, Ohio. Ohio does have minority populations, but Democrats have dodged Ohio. It's not part of their strategy anymore. They're not aiming for it. They have other states that are more vulnerable to flipping. So Ohio is going to stay with Trump. Georgia and North Carolina are not going to flip yet. Harris does have a really big minority appeal. But I do see a lot of Southern voters coming out for Trump. And Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, these are going to be close because Harris is really, she is trying to make herself a workers' right candidate, and it is kind of working. But at the same time, Trump has a really good economy right now, and the good economy, I just see it because of that, Jim carrying it. And Harris, being a progressive, is really gonna hurt her, because Trump could call her a progressive, leading to socialist, leading to communist. He can do anything he wants to Harris with the nicknames, and more people are gonna hate her. So, yeah, I do see these two states going to Trump, and now there are 3 last states. I do see Michigan going to Harris. It's because of the Orange Man Bad movement in Michigan. is just so big. Trump's hatred there is so big. Minorities don't really like him there. Harris is probably going to take that. Then in New Hampshire, Trump's campaign strategist says that New Hampshire is, he's going to target New Hampshire. And he also said New Mexico. I'm going to make that likely because who knows. New Hampshire is going to be on Trump's list. I know Harris is not going to focus on that. Harris is going to focus on Michigan, Arizona, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida. But New Hampshire, I see Trump focusing on New Hampshire. And he's probably going to win it. And Florida. I really don't know about Florida. There are a lot of conservative Latinos there. But at the same time, there are still Democrats there. So it's hard to say who would win. But just because of the conservative Latinos, I'm just gonna give it to Trump. And yes, here is the final electoral map. Trump at 283, Harris is 255. Thanks a lot for watching. And if you like the format where I look through the candidate going against Trump's policies, then please comment that below if you like it. I'll leave a poll. I don't know if in the info area or in the community tab, but I will ask you that question. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And